But this is a video from a Cheeto. He stopped by the chat a couple times, said hello, and I saw it in my feed. I clicked on it. I'm like, all right, let's take a look, because I watched like another one of his videos. He's got a couple little controversy with some other person, Noah Samson and Jaden. So I watched a couple of his videos. People asked me to. So it came in my feed, and it's about fat people. So I said, I'm a fat people. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got.
Not like racism, it is racism.
Hold on.
Not like racism, it is racism. Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness.
Nah, hold up, let me cook. You really said, actually, wanting to lose weight is because you're racist. It's another one of
So what's interesting, just so you know, see, this would be an interesting conversation to have if she wasn't using the conversation, most likely. I have to find the core video. As a way to just, like, speak out potentially against people trying to lose weight. But the reality is that, like, yeah, like that comes from, like, the BMI scale was created for white people. So that's why where it comes from. People say, like, fatness comes from, like, racism. But I don't know the context of what she's saying. I'm sure we'll see more. If she's making, like, a crazy take about how you have to date fat people, then, like, yeah, she's obviously kind of an idiot. But we'll see what the take is. But that's it. It goes that far. Like, it's still not good to be fat. It's just like the BMI scale and whatnot has been, like, created for white people, and it may not necessarily, like, adhere to, like, the bodies of black people, I guess,
You really said, actually...
Okay, maybe it wouldn't be an interesting conversation, but it wouldn't be a... You know what? You shut up. You leave me alone. Okay?
Wanting to lose weight is because you're racist. It's another one of these videos, man, where we look at some psycho with an absolutely insane take about the world we live in. I've noticed that the fat activists have been far more comfortable saying just the most ridiculous things, and I'm here to just put y'all in check real quick, kind of just remind you that your thoughts and your takes are in...
Let's see. This is the video I think that they're referring to.
This is how much people fucking hate fat people. They just hate them. Like, there's, like, this weird hatred it feels almost akin to racism.
This is not like racism, it is racism. Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness. And the reason why people are pursuing thinness is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness. The reason why...
She's insane. She's insane, guys. No, that's not true. People want to be thin because, well, for one, there's beauty standards. But two, because they want to be healthy. But, like, I would say that if you said, hey, some people are pursuing thinness because they want to adhere to beauty standards, and they do it in a way that doesn't prioritize health, that's a good message. Like, hey, instead of just trying to crash diet and lose all this weight, eat healthy and slowly lose the weight so you keep it off in a long-term capacity. That's the right conversation to have about that. But now she's trying to say that if you're trying to lose weight, you are fucking racist. And it's like, that's why, like, if I'm fat, I'm not trying to lose weight, and I am still racist, so you're wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to lose weight. But it's not that. She's going crazy.
Why people hate fat people is because people hate black people, and appearing curvy or bigger is associated with blackness, especially black women, and that's why they're discriminated.
It's a little ironic because she's, like, stereotyping black bodies. But it's just insane. What an idiot.
The workplace, overly sexualized, and this has gone back for centuries and centuries. All systems of oppression, capitalism, sexism, racism, it all comes back to white supremacy, which is the foundation of the fabric of America and rules every sector and aspect of our society.
Incredible. What a watch. Yeah, this is what happens when you get too woke. It's funny, 2 years ago, we thought that this was, like, super awesome and like this was the status quo, and TikTok was, like, absolute idiots like this, making these insane disconnected perspectives. And some people were like, oh, that makes sense. That didn't make sense. That's when I used to dunk on SJWs, okay? And I'm not proud of all the things I did, but come on, give me a break. This was the type of people that were prevalent on TikTok. This is trending on Twitter. When you trend on Twitter and end up on Fox News. Hey, good for you. What the heck is this? Oh, okay, that was inappropriate. Let's continue.
Valid, at least on this particular subject. I mean, if I'm looking for a great place to eat, I will go to the fat activists. But in terms of, like, how society should look, do not listen to these people. Do not let them cook. Today we got a clip of a lady saying that if you want to lose weight and you want to look your best, you basically, you're racist, okay? She's saying that you're racist. Now, fact check false. If you want to lose...
Yeah, there's really no racial factor at all. I can't even, like, extend my woke brain to figure out the racial factor. I mean, Western beauty standards were generally centralized around white people, but I think most people want to be thin so they're healthy. I mean, there's an aspect of the beauty standard. It's just way too woke to make it really have anything to do with racism. We have a pretty unhealthy society that needs to operate better.
Lose weight, you of course do not hate other races. That makes no sense whatsoever. But these people spend so much time in their like fat positivity echo chamber where they basically eventually get so alienated from normal talking points that the narrative they spread is no longer at all grounded in reality. Where like, I don't know, 5 years ago, the fat activists would be saying, hey guys, it's time to stop bullying fat kids at school. It's time to stop yelling earthquake when you see a fat kid doing jumping jacks.
True. True, that's true. You don't want to do that.
Right, like I feel like these are reasonable requests.
Oh shit, is a Cheeto changing some of his takes on fat people? Seems like he's a little more open to some of the fat positivity movement, which is just not bullying fat people,
That these are reasonable expectations for society. Like, hey, let's not just harass random people because they're fat. Obviously,
exactly.
I'm all for jokes. I'm all for a little bit of healthy clowning. But in general, like, yeah, I agree that you shouldn't just go up to some kid and start, like, poking him because you think he's the size of a whale. But this isn't even the discussion anymore. We're so far away from that being, like, the conversation at hand to now we're discussing if wanting to lose weight, like, actually going on a weight loss journey means you hate different races. But I'm gonna give this lady a chance to explain her take as to why she thinks losing weight or not wanting to be fat is racist. And, yeah, we're gonna hear her out. But before we do, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And, yeah, let's get into this.
Not like racism, it is racism. Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness. And the reason why people are pursuing thinness is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness.
All right, I'm gonna jump.
That's so awesome and woke. Can I say something that might come off as a little rude? All right, and like, just don't be mean to me. I'm not. Listen, let's be real here, okay? I'm not trying to be rude, okay? But in my opinion, it's always like the whitest people that complain the most, like the whitest Hispanic people or the whitest fat people that aren't white that complain about like fatness and racism. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be mean because like they think they're Hispanic or Latino. I don't remember the difference. I don't know. Whatever. They're vegan. But like, it feels like it's always like the whitest. I'm not trying to, maybe that sounds rude, but it's kind of true. It's like a desperation to distance himself from whiteness. It's like, get away from me. But the reality is that you could hate on white people as much as you want, but you're still going to burn in the sun. You still need to wear lipstick for your body, suntan lotion. Just saying, dude. It's the reality, brother, sister. Saying.
Jump in here real quick and just kind of slow you down. You're going a little bit fast here. I just want to make sure that I'm able to respond to every droplet of knowledge that you're spitting. So she's claiming that the reason people pursue thinness,
I'm sorry, Latinx. My bad.
Is not because thinness is generally associated with good health, but because thinness is apparently associated with whiteness. So
I will say that thinness is associated with good health. I wonder how much of that of a factor that is for some people trying to lose weight. Because again, I was saying before, like it's good to lose weight. It's good to be healthy, but it's good to have like a health, like prioritize health over losing weight. Instead, because some people crash diet, they don't sustain it, so they ruin their metabolism and stuff like that. So I wonder how much of it's like I want to be thin so people think I'm attractive, which isn't like a bad thing fundamentally, but it's like an obsessive degree could be bad. Versus like I want to be healthier. I'm just saying if you're gonna lose weight, just be healthy about it. Don't kill yourself over trying to lose weight in like a really toxic way. Like take your time, eat broccoli.
Right off the bat, that's obviously not true. If you ask anybody in the gym, anybody of any race, why they're in the gym, or not even people who are in the gym, people that might be just eating clean to look better and lose weight, right? Ask them why they're doing it. It's not because they're trying to be more white or they're trying to be associated with whiteness. It's because...
Well, if you crash diet, you will become more white. You become very pale. You ever see the people... Because my wife and I have been talking about like weight loss surgery, but we see people who get it and like their hair gets all very frail and it loses its color and like its strength. It becomes more brittle. The skin gets paler. They get like very gaunt is the word. It's like they didn't lose weight. It's like they lost weight, but they did it in a way that like was almost malnutritious for them. Is that the right way to say that? And it's like, yeah, do I really want to do that? Like I need to lose weight, but is that really the way I want to go? To a point where like I'm going to literally almost starve myself to death. Like I'm better off creating a better eating protocol for like long-term sustainability.
Because they're trying to improve their quality of their health. Like that logic actually makes no sense. That's like if you see a black dude eating a salad, that's basically you're assuming that he's doing that because he wants to be accepted by white people. That
black people don't eat salad. What are you talking about? All right, we're going too far today. We're going a little too far, guys. I don't eat a salad, I'll tell you that.
That makes no sense. I feel like in a way, it's kind of more racist to say that like being healthy is associated with whiteness. Like imagine if you go up to a black kid eating a salad and you're like, oh, you're just trying to get validation from your white friends. Like that seems kind of more racist.
Only losers eat salad, let's be honest here, okay? And white people are disproportionately higher representation of losers. So if you know what I'm saying? I mean, who eats, it's true. It's true.
Racist. Because what if you flip that on a white...
That's why they call white girls that like black guys snow bunnies, snow rabbits, because that's all they eat is salad. See, salad is a white person thing. Okay, it's the truth.
White person who's now eating bad. You say, oh, you're eating bad. What are you trying to be black? What are you, black? Like that sounds so bad, dude. You understand how if you flip it, it literally is actually racist. But you know, maybe she's onto something here. Maybe I'm just in the wrong here. Maybe I just don't get the bigger picture. And you know what? I'm just gonna let her spit.
This is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness. The reason why people hate fat people is because people hate black people. And
potato salad, that's not like a real salad. Potato salad. Oh, so funny. By the way, silly story, off topic, but it's funny now. My wife was getting us like deli meat the other day, like, and you know, she got me like, I like a nice bologna and cheese on rye. Woo, really, I just like bologna and cheese. So she's ordering it, and a guy orders like next to her, and he orders whatever food he gets, and they're like, "Oh, would you like a salad?" And he's like, "No, I don't really want a salad." And the guy's like, "Well, it's you know, it's you still get charged the same." He's like, "All right," so he says, "Give me a Caesar salad." The choices are macaroni or potato. This guy's getting fucking cold cuts. He's getting like a fucking ham and cheese on fucking rye, and he's like, "Yeah, give me a Caesar salad." It's a silly story. And my first thing I said to my wife when she said that story, I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "They don't give you Caesar salads. They give you like macaroni." And then she showed me a little cup. I'm like, "That's funny." I would have said the same thing though if I was that guy that was getting it. And he was with. She said it looked like he was with like a date that they weren't really together for a long time. And she just like rolled her eyes and got like disappointed in him. It's funny.
Good grief. Oh man, how do you arrive at that conclusion, man? Like, okay, imagine you're like, you know, a kid, you lose your father at age 50 to like, I don't know, heart disease because your dad was eating like crap and he just kind of let himself go toward the end of his life. Like, is not wanting to end up like that racist? I mean, it's not a question. The answer is no, obviously not. I mean, you literally said the reason people hate fat people is the same reason they hate black people. Obviously false. But like, imagine the real world consequences.
No, what are you supposed to say? No, I hate them for different reasons. What the fuck? This woman's just too lost in the sauce, bro.
If people actually believed that, like imagine you're fat and then like some black guy is telling you about a racist experience that he had and then you're like, bro, dude, I get it, man. Like, dude, I'm fat and like people assume that I may be unhealthy and that's like the same thing that you experience. It's like, no, it's not.
Because people hate.
Well, those are just two different things. Like there could be somebody who's overweight and like healthy and somebody like, this is the thing. Because that's a little different. Like, so there are people like fat phobia is generally not even close to the same intensity as like actual racism. But you know, if you're just a dude existing, even if you're unhealthy, there's nobody needs to walk up to you and tell you that they're like, "Oh, I think you're unhealthy." It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm a grown man. You don't need to be. I don't know you. You know. But how do you become a member? There should be a join link, and if it's not on here, like if I subscribe to a Cheeto, yeah, why not? If he had like a join option, there would be a join thing right here. If not, there's a link. There's a description in the description. There's like a members link you can click
black
for
people
mobile.
And appearing curvy or bigger
thing that you experience. It's like, no, it's not.
Because people hate black people and appearing curvy or bigger is associated with blackness, especially black women, and that's why they're discriminated in the workplace.
It's true.
Overly sexualized, and this has gone back for centuries and centuries.
It would be kind of cool if she added some sort of like, you know, proof for the claims that she's making. And I promise.
Well, it might be a little bit true. I don't know. I guess black women might have like be a little thicker. I think that's probably why I like, you know, not bad. You know, I like thicker women. I'm just saying. Maybe. And black guys like fat white girls. Like, let's be real. No, but there might be like a level of truth to that. But this is like a really historical thing where it's like we created the healthiness standard in America like 100 years ago based around white bodies, which, you know, end up having a negative impact on like black people trying to get help from doctors that are white because they don't understand some like general differences in thickness or something. Maybe there's something there. It doesn't like, so like our BMI is constructed around like white people. So like, yeah, sure, maybe that. But when it comes down to just being, you know, overweight and people wanting to be healthier, it's obviously ridiculous.
I'm not trying to be that guy who's like, Do you have a source for that? Source? Like, that's the last thing I want to be, but like, she's saying so much stuff that I can instantly call bullshit on, but I want to see where she's getting it from. Because she's not just coming up with the bullshit, she's repeating it from like some stupid article that she got or she found, you know? Like, she's kind of just like copy and pasting the talking points that she found from somewhere else. Like, she's not coming up with these claims, at least I think. I mean, I guess there is a small chance that she thinks she's some sort of like academic scholar and has done all of this research and
yeah, so I looked it up. Our black women, when I said our black women thicker, because, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, you could probably look through this a little bit. It says that differences in body composition between black and white women have been well established. Black women have have more bone mass and muscle mass, but less fat as a percentage of body weight than white women after controlling for ethnic differences in age, body weight, blah, 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 blah. So what this is actually telling us is that black women aren't like, they're bigger boned, I guess, based on this abstract here. They're not actually larger, like fatter, right? So they have like, I guess, a similar or less body fat in some, so that's what this is saying. Which makes sense to me, I guess. I mean, there's some differences. I get it. It's cool. And also, if you think about it, we've had like a changing in Western beauty standards has become a little bit more thicker, and like the women are a little thicker. I know people like to look at Sports Illustrated magazines and go like, "Oh, fat girls, like you're promoting blah blah blah," and that's the same guy going like jerking off to the fucking fat girl on the fucking cover. We like fat girls. We like big girls now. That's reality. We're changing a little bit. We like that thickness, and I feel like part of that's biological because you got those childbearing hips. You know what I mean? Maybe tingle when I did this. You know what I mean? That's what we're all into, guys. You'd be like, I don't like fat girls. Yes, you do. You're a liar. All right. That's why BBW is such a very popular.
Gelato G.
Hey, thanks for the membership, brother. The small gut. Waiting for the other one to come up.
Tyler Scott.
Hey, thank you so much for the membership, brother. Small gut.
Conducted these studies all by herself, but considering that she's a fat activist TikToker, I highly doubt that she would have gone through the hurdles to, actually conduct research of her own.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I think that she's a little bit of what she's saying is right about like bigger bodies, I guess, for black women. But it's interesting. It gets to this idea of like the social phenomenon of just like seeing something like a confirmation bias, be like, bam, and just kind of like regurgitating that regardless of whether it is or isn't true without verifying the information.
And this has gone back for centuries and centuries. All systems of oppression, capitalism, sexism, racism.
Oh, come on. You really want to try that one? The it's all connected method. Some of these types of people like to do this thing where they try to connect everything and they sort of engage in.
It can be. Like if you want to get really deep into it, but like those things are connected if you get like really into it, but they're not connected in a way that validates her argument. Like we just said, like black people tend to have or black women tend to have different bodies than white women. So like historically, what was considered healthy for white women wouldn't be considered healthy for black women, right? It's connected. So you could say from that perspective, like fat phobia could be racist. But now in the nowadays where we have like obesity rates that are staggeringly high, and frankly, I believe heart disease disproportionately negatively impacts black people. There's clearly a necessity of like a health focus that we need that has nothing to do with just being a little thick.
Like this first place gold medal level Olympic gymnastics to try to like prove their points. Like they want to tie in losing weight to racism, but they can't just do that even though it's wrong. They have to try to tie it back to capitalism and sexism and the patriarchy.
Well, capitalism can be oppressive to like a lower middle class for sure. I mean, I think it is right now. Not always. It depends on how wide the gap is between the upper and middle and lower classes. But, I think that the American capitalism could use some reframing. It could use some, better welfare systems, a little bit of a reformatting, a better distribution of wealth, as technology displaces jobs and drives down wages.
It's like, bro, come on. But I think the worst example that you brought up of like, these systems of oppression and how they're similar to fat phobia and stuff is capitalism. Capitalism is the opposite of fat phobic. It's like pro-fatness. Look at McDonald's. Look at fast food. Look at how
okay, maybe. That's an interesting point. Okay.
It's a marketing strategy to include fat people in modern day advertisements. Like they're literally pro-fat in all.
I don't know. I don't see any fat people in McDonald's campaigns though. I feel like they try to make it seem like, oh, you'll be perfectly healthy. And then I go and I get like a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. Because they brought back those sausage, egg, and cheese bagels, at least in New York where I am. I don't know if they took it away from everywhere. And then they put a special breakfast sauce on it. I'm like, this is unedible. I can't eat this. I just want the sauce. I just want the food. Don't give me some fucking gross sauce, McDonald's. It's crazy.
All of these like major industries.
All systems of oppression, capitalism, sexism, racism, it all comes back to white supremacy, which is the foundation of the fabric of America and rules every sector and aspect of our society.
Speaking facts, queen.
And just like that, the video ends.
I don't know if they're a queen. Like you can't tell nowadays. You cannot assume that this person's a queen. Speaking facts. Person speaking facts Vister, right? Because that's like a let's see what they are. Shame on you, Adriana. Doesn't even have her pronouns in the bio. Wow, you son of a gun. You son of a gun, Adriana. You can't believe you're not creating comfortable spaces for trans individuals to feel good about themselves. I can't believe Adriana didn't even do their due diligence to tell us their pronouns. I like how it says neurodivergent, even though it's probably like nothing. Oh, I have ADHD. I'm neurodivergent. Ugh, shut the fuck up. Oh, my disability barely gets in the way in society. Shut up. I have ADHD. You don't see me. I wouldn't call myself neurodivergent. That's cringe. You know, some people, you know, it bothers me when people that don't really struggle with their a particular issue are like really like, oh, I'm neurodivergent. Why do you like? It's so cringe to even put, like, if you're somebody who's like struggling to succeed in society because you have like autism or something, I get it. But like, I feel like so many people like, oh, I'm neurodivergent. It's like, why? Why is that out your identity to be like? I like. I'm not ashamed of my ADHD. I'm also not proud of it. It's just part of who I am, and I just operate like, like fucking my bio. ADHD. OCD. I have to check the locks 10 times every night. You don't see me doing that. That's been a pain in the ass lately, though. My wife's been like, come on, let's go to bed. Because sometimes I'll just get locked between, like, I'll do, like, top, bottom. I do, like, you know, it depends on the number of times. Lately, what I've been doing is I've been doing it, and then, like, I stop myself at, like, 3. I'm trying, and then I'll just, like, this. Try to, like, I don't know, because it's, like, a sensational thing. Like, I have to touch it in a certain way. I don't know. But hey, listen, that's my problem, you know?
And it's pretty epic mic drop right there. It's all connected to white supremacy, because why wouldn't it be, dude? If you've ever thought about getting a milkshake, but then you decide maybe a water would be better, yeah, you probably own slaves. If you decided today to not have a sugary cereal for breakfast, but rather some scrambled eggs, I mean, dude, you're literally oppressing people as we speak. Like, the fact that you decided...
Yeah, I mean, like, you're not paying the sugary cereal company, so...
to not have Cookie Crisp, I mean, you just basically set us back 200 years as a nation. But yeah, I feel like at this point in the video, I should give some advice to the fat activists. Tip number 1 is give up. But tip number 2 is that if you do really want to stick on this route, you know, you really think you can be a positive force for good, at least try to be realistic. Please don't be one of these people that tries to flip the entire script of society to make people think that, like, oh yeah, being fat's good and obesity is actually epic and base.
Well, the problem with what she's saying is she said it in like 20 seconds. And like, so the one of the issues, and he kind of brought up somewhat of a similar point before, was that she's not elaborating on anything that she's saying. She's just saying there's a connection from here to here, and if you do this, then you're racist. And it's like, okay, you want to go into detail? Because let's say she's right, which I've already looked into it, and I think that she's wildly out of context. She doesn't know what she's saying. If she actually took the time to create a thoughtful video that would go into the specifics of it, she wouldn't be able to be criticized as much. But here she is. She's just having a based hot take with nothing that's actually fleshed out. Now she looks stupid.
No, you can acknowledge that being obese and being fat isn't healthy while still acknowledging that there's unnecessary harassment targeted toward fat people. And you can also talk about how, like, Instagram makes people have unrealistic body expectations.
Whoa! A Cheeto is growing up, dude. Holy shit. Whoa, fucking based here. A Cheeto with the facts, straight hard facts, talking about the struggles of some fat people getting targeted for no fucking reason, and in, you know, very toxic beauty standards that are making people engage in eating disorders. Fucking based a Cheeto.
Disorders are bad and all that sort of stuff, but like, let's not try to like completely lie to ourselves and say things like obesity is good. Not wanting to be obese is because you're racist. Not wanting to be obese is because you're sexist and
woke king,
a capitalist pig. Like, it makes no sense. Like, me rejecting a video like this, I promise you, is not because I'm racist.
A perfectly normal day of eating, except watch people get mad because I'm fat. Almost all of this came from my school's food bank. Normalize using low-income resources with no shame. Okay. Fruity Pebbles. Well, that's not good food that they should be giving people with like low income. Like, they shouldn't be giving people fucking Fruity Pebbles. Should try to give people like decently healthy foods. But okay. That looks decent. Hamburger helper and zucchini. The avocado ranch salad. Probably eating a little more than that. I mean, you know, I eat a lot to maintain this beautiful figure. I'm just saying.
Premise is I'm fat, look at me eat. Like, okay. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. If you made it to the end of the video, comment down poster and I'll try to heart your comment. Follow my social medias, links are all in the description down below, and leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace. All right, guys. Very based video from Achido. Woke King Achido. Woke King, baby.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.